Yes, what are munchkins? The little people who live in this land. It's Munchkin land, and you are their national heroine, my dear.
For many of us, the Munchkins still spring to mind when we think of dwarves, or more correctly these days, little people. Hardly a minority with any power back then, they were patronized on and off the screen, making at $50 a week a third of what the dog Toto made.
The Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop
Still, for some, like 82-year-old one-time lollipop kid Jerry Marin, Oz was the time of their lives.
Believe it or not, I'd never seen a little person before in my life.
You hadn't?
Before this movie. And you talk about being excited. Oh, geez, I look at them all. You look at that beautiful little girl. Wow, you know.
She's the same size I am.
Yeah, I could go for that, you know.
Marin later helped found a national organization, Little People of America. Today, LPA has 24,000 members. 1 in every 10,000 children is born with some form of dwarfism. LPA's mission is to make sure they all are judged on who they are, not how tall they stand. That point hit home once on Seinfeld, when Kramer's misguided friend Mickey put lifts in his shoes.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. All the progress we've made over the years, and you go and blow it by pulling a stupid stunt like this.
Wait a second.
Actor Danny Woodburn, a.k.a. Mickey, says the scene worked because prejudice and discrimination against little people are still very real.
It's the stigma that goes along with being a dwarf in public. People see dwarves, I think, as ugly, as creatures or things that are scary or mysterious or freakish or clowns in a circus. We celebrate diversity in art and in music and in intellectual endeavors. We celebrate that diversity. But when it comes to the physical appearances of people, we don't celebrate diversity. We want people to look the same.
57.5 inches. 4'9.5". That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What'd you start at? 3 something?
I started at like 3'11", I think. 3'10" or 3'11". I don't even remember. It was so long ago.
That need to measure up helps explain why kids like 17-year-old Kristen would undergo 3 operations to become taller. And these are not simple procedures. Be forewarned. Limb lengthening, as it's called, is tough to watch.
This is minimal surgery to break a bone. His pain is not going to come from the broken bone. It's going to come from these pins going through the skin, tethering his muscles.
Dr. Dror Paley and his team at Baltimore's Sinai Hospital, specialists in limb lengthening, say it can add up to a foot or more in height.
So that is the new bone. Hey, Nick, how you doing?
Good.
You're in my chair.
At 12, Nick has signed up for the first operation, and he is psyched.
When we're all done, you are going to be there.
Wow. Is there ever a chance like you can extend the bone a little more than what you expected to, and I could be a little taller?
There's always a possibility. This is a guess.
This is how it starts. A 4-hour operation that even Dr. Paley concedes looks like medieval torture to the uninitiated, but this team claims a 97% success rate.
It's broken. That's all it was.
One by one, the doctor breaks 6 bones in the legs, carefully places pins in the bones, and attaches external screws, the key to it all. Then, for months, several times a day, a turn of the screws pulls the breaking bones apart to heal again, a fraction longer with every turn.
That is how much we have lengthened, Kevin.
As long as you pull it apart very, very slowly, a millimeter a day, 1/25 of an inch a day, it will be able to keep up with making new bone to fill the gap. And you can literally lengthen gaps as big as 5 or 6 inches in a bone at that rate.
In a little person's world, those inches can mean access to ATM machines, telephones, light switches, grocery store shelves. But not